welcome back to another episode of the Lupus Feast Podcast. I'm your host, Shant'e, and if you're new here, I'm a chronicpreneur, mentor, and your online biz bestie who's keeping it real about life, business, and chronic illness. So January, y'all, it had me in a chokehold. Between the snow, my kids being sick, and my body deciding to act up, and y'all, this presidential chaos that we have going on, I had to take a pause. Like, I had to remember that rest is just as productive as working, and I just had to slide back because January was way too long and it came too fast at the same time. If you know, you know. I just feel like with everything that was going on, I didn't have time to really prepare like I wanted to. You know, when the first month of the year begins, you just are so hyped and ready to go. And I just had to remember, like, January is at that season of still, like, healing and growing and detoxing from the holiday season and the hustle and bustle of that. So last week, I did not do an episode. I needed to really just take a breather and get my life together. So if you've been feeling like you playing catch up already this year, I see you, girl. I see you. You are not behind. We are moving at our own pace, and that's okay. Now, in my reflective time and space that I did have to take, I really was thinking about, like, okay, where am I going to take the speaks? Like, I understand that this is a community of people that I have shared my life stories, and other people have shared their stories on how they're navigating lupus in their lives. And I love that. I enjoy being a place, a hub for all of us warriors to group together and share our life experiences. So I'm going to talk about what's new in my world and how I can help make this journey easier for you. The one thing that I've learned is that building a business with a chronic illness is a different type of journey, okay? We can't just hustle nonstop like everybody else. Some days we good, and then the other days we have, like, no energy, like, what happened? So that is why I created the Chronicpreneur Inner Circle. This is a paid, private, supportive community where we can grow our businesses in a way that actually works for us. So think of it like a group chat, but better, okay? So we're going to be learning, laughing, and making progress together. What's inside? Monthly live chats, so you're not doing this all by yourself. Bi-weekly Q&A and workshops, so you can actually get some answers. A safe space to connect with people who get it. And for your early bird access is going to be open. If you are looking for a real community where you can share, learn, and actually get things done, this community is just for you. This is for a beginner and or an intermediate chronicpreneur who is looking for a real community. And let's be real, y'all. When you do those Facebook groups and all those other groups that are free, y'all don't be taking it seriously. People really don't be taking it seriously. This is for those who are actually ready to be intentional and actually build a business in a way that works for them. Like, if it's on your mind to start a podcast, you'll have access to me and other guests that's been on the show to be able to get answers to your questions. If you have been looking for answers on how to start a digital product or how to start a podcast, like, you'll be able to ask all of these questions within this community and participate and build and have like-minded conversations with people who understand what you're talking about when you're saying CapCut editing and you're talking about CRMs and POSs, and maybe I still don't know what that is. Like, this is a place where you can learn that. I noticed that when I'm looking for these answers, I have to look outside the community in order to get these answers. So why not just hone in, get everybody together with their expertise, and let's build this chronic illness space together. So I know I've been using the term frequently, a chronicpreneur. And I wanted to define this for you guys because in this time where I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm a solopreneur, I'm a mompreneur, I'm all of these things, and I also have chronic illness. And I was like, ooh, it's obvious that I am a chronicpreneur, which is someone who is building a business while managing a chronic illness. And it's not about working hard. It's just about working smart and honoring our energy and creating something that's sustainable. Because I just know how isolating it feels, especially when it's a select few of us, like most people. I'm not going to say most people, but a lot of creators or moms or entrepreneurs in this space, we don't have a space where we can have these type of conversations. Most people are looking for help with their diet, or maybe they're looking for answers for like how to deal with pain. And I'm not taking away from what this podcast is already established when we talk about conversations like that, but I just want to kind of like transition into more intentional goal setting and things like that. And that's why this circle would be so powerful and such a benefit to those who are seeking answers and don't really know where to start or don't know where to look. You just can hone in right here in this community and you'll be able to get all the answers that you need. If you would like to be a founding member of this community, then you can lock in lifetime access for just $47 a month. And I will be launching this next month. So you want to get on the list because I'm only going to open this list to a select few of people. And then once I get to that point, then the price will go up to $67 or $97. I haven't figured it out just yet, but that's what the monthly price will be. So if you are super ready to jump in, you really want to know how to do X, Y, and Z when it comes to the online space, or you just looking for some other people to build and connect and have accountability with and grow, then you want to be one of the first 10 people to sign up because that's how many people will be locked in at this price. So I'm going to move on. Now, not everybody has the time, the energy, or just don't feel like creating digital products from scratch. I'll do it for you. My Done For You Accelerator program will include a strategy call for 60 minutes to understand what your needs are, a custom designed product tailored for your audience, and a seamless setup so you can start selling with ease. This is perfect if you're ready to launch without the stress of doing it all by yourself. If you want more information on this, just please reach out to me and we can talk. I'm not going to really reveal too much about it because I'm still working out some things on this, but I would just wanted to put myself out there and let you know that I will be offering this service. So if you do need someone to create these things for you, by all means, send me a message and I will send you the link to book a call with me and we can sit down and map all of these things out. And now I want to give you my very special guest for February. So this month, I'm talking to 3 incredible women who are showing us what's possible while living with lupus. And this is all of what Lupus Speaks is all about. We are showing up as the warriors we are in this chronic illness space, and we are thriving, okay? Shamika Marty, who is a cybersecurity project manager and patient advocate, who's making real change when it comes to healthcare access and patient rights. So if you don't know her, then you need to. After a kidney transplant in 2023, she continues to fight for better policies and serves on multiple lupus boards. You have to tune into this conversation because she revealed some things to me that I was didn't even think about. So that was a great conversation. And then we have Tiffany, who is a functional and integrative health expert who specializes in immune health, chronic pain, and autoimmunity. She's breaking down nervous system regulation to help us manage symptoms more effectively. So our conversation goes deep into her journey and how she ends up being able to specialize in this type of health. Then we have Miss Beautiful Sophia Galvez. She is a 70-year-old lupus warrior who's balancing modeling, acting, and advocacy while living with lupus. She's inspiring young warriors to chase their dreams no matter what. Y'all, I cannot wait for you to hear these conversations. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss them. All right, now let's get into my new segment called Chronically Real. This is where I drop a quick tip to my fellow chronicpreneurs. So today's tip is your energy is your most valuable currency. Let me break this down. Some days you can do a full content shoot and write 3 emails. Other days, just responding to DMs is a win. Both are progress. The goal is to work with our body and not against it. So this week, if you're feeling real crazy and heavy, because I'm not going to even lie, like, to be real, y'all. Today is Tuesday and I'm recording this episode. And I release my episodes on Wednesdays. So that lets you know how I have been preserving my energy. Let's say that. It's been a lot going on. And it's just the first week of February, so I still have time to navigate everything. The plan is to batch all of the things that I need to do by the end of this week so I can work on my other projects like the community and my Done For You Accelerator program. So either way, it's progress. It's goals. It's what I'm doing. Look, y'all gonna be, like I said, don't get caught up in all the things having to be perfect, okay? Because they're just not going to be perfect. Life is going to happen, and I'm just realizing that more and more that as long as I'm committed to showing up, serving, and doing what I have to do, that's what matters, you know? It's not going to be 100% perfect. You know, I'm figuring this out along the way just as you. And that is the reason why this community is such a big, important space to be in, because it's not just me sharing expertise and things that I know, but there's other people that have shared experiences in this online space that could help you and all of us as well. So going back to the conversation, which is, instead of forcing yourself to keep up with a normal schedule like what everybody else does, let's just think about what's the one thing that I can do today that moves my business forward without draining me. You know, that looks like for me, just sending out emails, you know, following up and answering DMs. Like, it's not, and like the cool thing about the community I want to add is I'll be doing voice notes. So you won't even have to read a lot of things. It's just going to be so much community. It's going to be great. Like, I'm so excited. I want to add another tip because this is something else that I feel is very important when we are building a brand or a business, which is recording or doing what you have to do on the days where you have high energy. And I know, y'all, we be trying to do everything at one time when we have high energy. But if you sit down and strategically write out a plan and know what you want to do, you can really come up with a streamlined strategy that will help you break down your tasks, and you can say, okay, at this time of the month. So like for me, in the beginning of the month, I got high energy. So I'm dishing out all the stuff I need to do, content creating, brainstorming, planning, blah, blah, blah. So I know on my slow times when my cycle is on and I'm just kind of burnt out, I could be like, okay, well, these are the tasks that I can do. You know, think of it like that. I think that would help us tremendously. And I want to do something that I've never done before. And all of this stuff is new, you know, you guys. I'm just throwing things out there, seeing what sticks. I know they say don't do that, but for me, I want to know. I want to know what will stick. What do you guys want? What do you really like? I might put a poll up on social media and y'all don't respond. So the podcast is the only way for me to get the word out, and let me see what y'all want from me. But I love hearing from you guys, so I want to feature you on the show. Send me a voice note on Instagram at Lupus Speaks and tell me how Lupus Speaks has helped you, a question you want answered on the podcast, or your own tip or story about life as a chronicpreneur. Because your voice matters, and I want to celebrate all of us. I want to celebrate our wins. I want to answer all our questions. Yeah, send me a voice note on Instagram at Lupus Speaks. All right, let's wrap this up because that was a lot. Here's what's happening in the month of February and the month of March. Join the Chronicpreneur Inner Circle. So this is our safe space for business and support. So you got to DM me Inner Circle to get that founders members rate at $47 a month. So go on IG to join, or you can reply to an email. If you are my subscribers on my email list, I'll be able to send you an email and you'll be able to click and reply there that you want to be on the list. And also, if you need a strategy session, you can book a one-on-one coaching call with me for $147. And this is where we break down everything and get you a strategy going. And if you want a done-for-you digital product, I can handle that for you. You just DM me DFY for more details. And as far as the 3 amazing guests that are coming to the podcast, please stay tuned and I will add a link in the show notes. If this episode spoke to you, please share this with a friend, tag me on Instagram at Lupus Speaks, and let's keep this movement going. And until next time, you guys, peace and be intentional. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode of the Lupus Speaks podcast. I hope you found some inspiration, encouragement, and a few loopy gems to carry with you on your journey. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other lupus warriors who might need to hear this. And remember, you don't have to walk this path alone. We're building an incredible community here, so follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Lupus Speaks, or check out lupusspeaks.org for more ways to connect and get involved. And until next time, peace and be intentional.